Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be talking about the August 2016 ban list. A lot of you guys have asked my opinion on it, so here we go. The reason I did not upload a video right away is number one, I was at Locals Wednesday night when the ban list came out, which I always seem to be at Locals. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The day the ban list drops. Just saying. Second reason why I didn't do it right away, guys, is the fact of the matter was, when I got home, I just saw like 20, ban list, people talking about the ban list, and I said, my subscribers are not going to want to hear the same exact thing, probably right after, having their sub box filled with just another person talking about the ban list, coming out. So I decided to put it off till today and do the video today. So we had two cards that got banned. First off, we had Monkey Keyboard got banned. Good. That card's a 1-card scale, and possibly in the near future, maybe if Pufamo Pals are dead in the ground and they don't function anymore, maybe Konami would put Skull Crobat Joker back to 2 or 3. Maybe. And that would make Magicians not be as dead, because after looking at this list, they can still function, but they're not going to be as good, which sucks. So maybe they can do some of that. Maybe like, by the end of 2017 they could do that. The other card that they banned was Kaiser Coliseum. Why? Kaiser Coliseum. Okay, now, I'd seen some Cosmo players use it in the past, like my friend Suji. I've seen him with some other people, and I even tried it out online. People running, get out the Dark Destroyer and they have the Kaiser Coliseum out, which was kind of a win-win. You're like, GG, can you get over the Dark Destroyer? No, because you got Kaiser. Okay, I win. But if they hit Dark Destroyer down to 1, then why the heck did you need to hit Kaiser Coliseum? And that kind of hurts a lot of lower tier decks like Noble Knights and Battling Boxers and gosh knows what else out there that used to run it. But it hasn't been really that relevant since 2014. So I'm still trying to figure out why they banned it. Didn't even limited it. They didn't even semi-limited it. They didn't limit it. They just went ban from 3 to 1. Why? I want to know that, because I can't think of a reason why, unless there's some archetype that uses Kaiser Coliseum that's coming out, but I don't think there is. Now we go on to the limited section, which you have to give me a second, guys. I have to scroll my computer. Okay, so first up we have Mel Branch of the Burning Abyss, and we also had Beatrice go to 1 apiece. Burning Abyss will still be a good deck. No two ways about that, I think. Dante has been slowly getting power creeped, I think, to some extent. People may disagree with me on that, but Beatrice was doing most of the work. People forget, after their initial hits to BA back in, what, January, I think it was? The January list or something of that nature. Maybe, no, it wasn't January, but November 2015. After those initial hits, Dante, after Monarchs, after Pepe format, after all that stuff, BA was kind of starting to be on the decline, and then Beatrice came out, and Phantom Knights came out, and then this is what happened to BA. It went up, 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 up. Now with Beatrice limited to 1, and the other Burning Abyss cards limited to 1, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a heavy trap type of deck. It's going to go back to its roots, with Phantom Knights being a rank 4 spam deck that relies on heavy traps with Fog Blade and things of that nature. I think that's what's going to happen. And I'll still play the deck because I love the artwork and I love the deck. So there's no two ways I'm not going to play that deck. Cosmo Dark Destroyer and Emergency Teleport went to 1 apiece. Yep, both of those did. So E-Tele, okay, that's fine. That hurts a lot of other decks, but, I would say they hurt, what's that ritual archetype? Not rituals, but that spirit ritual fusion archetype. They did get Goat Sock back, so that'll help them out more than anything, but still. There was a lot of tier 2 decks that used E-Tele, but I think it's fine. Tin Can was probably the most abuser of E-Tele, I think. It used to be Farm Girl, which probably initially got semi-limited it, and Tin Can broke the straw of the camera's back. So that's fine. Cosmo Dark Destroyer being at 1, that card is so powerful, and I think people just started hating on targeting based cards because of that one card. So with that card now currently being at 1, targeting is a little bit better, I think, in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment, because that was the main offender of targeting. Let's see here. Ether, the Heavenly Monarch, Stormforth, and we also have Pantheism. Excuse me. So, Monarchs got hit. No surprise there. People didn't like it. I understand that. It's fine. I could care less. I played the deck. However, the fact that they brought Allure of Darkness back to 3, which we'll get to later, I don't think Monarchs are going to be dead. I think it'll be a good Tier 2 rogue deck that revolves around Pantheism. And I'm going to have a video going up probably in a day or so talking about a tech card that I think may be able to help Monarchs out. So stay tuned. That'll be coming out on Sunday, guys, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. Let's see here. What else? We had Curran, which got limited to 1. Magispector Unicorn Kieran. Good. Damn thing. I love the card, but I hate the card. And everybody was running it in Pendulums. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I'm happy that's at 1. However, I think there's still it'll still be run in Pendulum decks. There's no doubt about that. And I think people are still going to run like maybe 2 Punkaboo. Not Punkaboo, a Raccoon. I keep calling it Punkaboo for some reason. That's a Pokemon. They'll probably still run 2 of the Raccoon and maybe 1 of the Curran to search it out, and because Raccoon can serve itself, so it's fine. So, saying that, you'll still see Karen, but you probably won't see him as much, and he won't be as annoying. Once you get over him, you don't have to worry about him to some degree. But yeah, I think he'll still be a card that you have to watch out for, but he'll still be good. Eternal Lady, Teleport, Monarchs. Now, I will say one thing about Stormforth before we get off the Monarch topic. I kind of feel bad for Stormforth. I mean, that card came out in Duelist Alliance, and that card helped so many decks out. Batterymen, which Batterymen can still function without that card. People think it can't. It still can. You just have to know how to play around with the deck a little bit. Also, I think that it was a good card that was used in many different decks. I didn't see it used in Cosmos, so I'm okay with the card being limited. But I hope maybe down the road that Konami makes a card where it's not searchable by Monarchs. It's a good, it's like a Stormforth type of card. It's a quick play spell where you can still conduct your battle phase. I don't care if it targets, but some tribute decks, that card single-handedly brought tributes back from the dead. Monarch Stormforth. And tribute monsters are going to be dead, except maybe Monarchs, until another card like that comes out. And so that's why I want to see that, because there's a lot of cool things you could run with that Monarch Stormforth card in different decks. Max C got limited. Fine. I mean, I never ran more than 2 Max C. I think, I never ran 3 Max C because when you open hands with double Max C, it's not fun in your opening hand, and you only got, especially in nowadays, if you get an opening hand, it could be kind of dead. One of them can be. So I mean, there's benefits and pros of that, but I usually ran always 2 Max C, so I don't know what the problem is with this. I know a lot of people were using it a lot, and there's going to be a lot more combo-oriented decks, and when you got Max C'd, it wasn't a fun feeling, but I think this is one that's going to we have to wait and see how it plays out. It may go back to 3, it may go down to 1. Who knows? Konami. Thunder King Ryu went from 1 to 2. Yes, yes, yes! As an old school player, I feel that exact way. Because Thunder King Ryu in anti-meta decks is awesome. Now, considering the fact that the game is more faster, and he's been kind of power creeped, but he can stop searching and draw in stuff, so maybe we could build some anti-meta deck for Thunder King. I can think of a whole bunch of decks you can run him in. First deck off the top of my head, Hunders. I am playing 2 Thunder Kings and Hunders. Pa Hunder, Ma Hunder, Sis Hunder. Woo! Next up we have Wind-Up Magician. One of my good friends at Locals who I know loves wind-ups. Caesar, I believe it is. He loves wind-ups. He loves combo-oriented decks and he loves wind-ups, but he's like, I just need my party boat to come so I can play wind-ups. So hopefully next Banlist they get wind-ups in carrier, the carrier, their party boat, which was a broken card back in the day, but it definitely could come back now. Things that are completely unrestricted now, we have Thousand Eyes Restrict and Gold Sarcophagus, as well as Allure of Darkness. Gold Sarcophagus, that card used to be broken back in the day as a SJC prize card. Oh my gosh. There was a guy at my local regionals one time, he had 2 gold Sarks. I was like, and they were like worth $1,000 at the time, or somewhere, they were expensive. And we were like, oh my gosh. And it was just such a broken card. Now it's not so much, but it can be used in Ritual Beast deck with the fusions and everything. So that helps that deck out. Besides that, it really doesn't help Exodia because it's kind of slow. But you can still run it in Exodia, so it's up to you. But it's still a good card that I think can find some niches for. 1000 Ice Restrict. You've been power creeped, my son, but you will still be good in GOAT format. It's fine at 3. And lastly, we have Allure of Darkness. Oh, this and Thunder King Ryu made this list perfect for me. Oh my gosh, I love my Allure of Darkness. Dark decks rejoice. I mean, this kind of, in some regards, kind of, you know, offset what they did to Burning Abyss, kind of. And it will be used probably in Monarchs. It will probably be used in a whole bunch of different decks. Skull Servants can use it. There's a bunch of good dark decks, and when this card was at 3 originally, holy Moses. I would love to see if they do the same thing that they did to Rhoda originally, where they freaking, you know, put it at 3, then they put it back to 1. Hopefully they don't do that with Allure of Darkness, but it's plausible. I mean, there will be a lot of decks this card would be played in. Most likely, I will say, decks that are low tier, probably. But those are my thoughts on the ban list. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was a good ban list, I thought. People say, well, they should have killed every single deck and murdered it because Burning Abyss have been around too long and Cosmos are annoying and Monarchs are annoying. I think what we're going to have this coming meta, maybe, is we're going to have a very divorced format. Think of all the freaking decks coming out, guys. I think we may have something like 2014 format, the summer of 2014, where there was a lot of that was a very diverse format before Duelist Alliance, because the fact of the matter was, you had Hat, you had Fat, you had all these different types of decks being good, and I think we may have that same scenario here, where there's going to be a lot of good, solid decks being played. Targeting is a little bit better because of Dark Destroyer being good. Not saying it's great, but it's a little bit better, and there's just going to be I think a lot of rogue decks now can do some good possibly with this list. I mean, I think when you got ABCs coming out, Monarchs are not completely dead, I don't think. Burning Abyss is not dead. Cosmos are not dead. Blue Eyes is meta. Dark Magician could maybe do something with 3 Allure of Darkness, even though I wouldn't run 3. ABCs, you have DDDs coming out in January. I mean, it's going to be a fun format. I think this is going to be a lot more diverse than the last format. Because the last but do expect that the former Tier 1 decks will still be played. But other decks are going to be joining in the fight, and I think have a more evenly match. The only thing I hope is Blue Eyes doesn't get hit, and I'll be a happy man. But whatever, I'm just playing with you guys. But till next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and tell me what you think of the August 2013, no, it's not 2013, I've gone back in time, August 2016 ban list. Tell me what you think about the list, guys. Are you happy? Are you sad? Or you think it's meh? Do you think it's good? Do you think they didn't do enough? I think it was a good list, personally. Me as a player, it made the decks, the broken decks, or the Tier 1 decks more, I guess you say, less broken, and made them more just good decks, which is fine. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, and good luck dueling.